Students, today we will talk about the specifications. What are the specifications? For this, I recommend you to follow the book Estimating and Costing in Civil Engineering by B.N. Datta. Okay, in that book, you can find this on page number 563. I prepared the notes from this page number 563 of B.N. Datta. That is chapter 13, specifications. So let's go one by one on the what is specifications. In previous lecture I had given you the idea about the specifications. Okay, here we will discuss the formal definition of specifications. Okay, specification specifies or describes the nature and the class of the work materials to be used in the work, workmanship, etc., and is very important for the execution of the work, right? Now the second point, important point that can be noted about the specifications is the cost of work depends much on the specifications. Specifications are heavier, the cost of work will be higher. Simple concept. Okay, then the third point I want to add with about the specifications. Specifications should be clear and there should not be any ambiguity anywhere. While you prepare the specifications, mind it that specification should be clear and there should not be any ambiguity. No confusion. It should be clear and clear. Okay, right. Then let's talk about the next thing about the specifications. From the study of the specifications, one can easily understand the nature of the work and what the work shall be. Right? While you read the specifications, you can easily understand the nature of the work. Okay. The drawings of a building. Now the next point. Okay. The next point is drawings are not completely sufficient to describe any structure. So it is also necessary to prepare the specifications. Okay, it is a shortcoming of drawings. Okay, the drawings of a building or structure show the arrangement of the rooms and various parts and the dimensions, length, breadth and height with very brief descriptions of different parts. So drawings completely not describes everything. Okay, for example, drawings only can define length, breadth and height. Drawings will not tell you that the flooring should be of Kota stone flooring or marble flooring or some granite flooring. Okay, that should be in specifications only. Okay, now drawings do not furnish the details of the different items of work, the quantity of materials, proportion of mortar, workmanship, which are described in specification. This is second. So from the above two shortcomings, we can say that specifications are very important to overcome or to fill the gap made in the specifications. Okay, pause कर. उसी में हो रहा ना. The combination of drawings and specifications define completely the structure. Okay, so not only drawings can define the structure, but also specifications are also important. Okay, we will talk in later about the specifications. We will study the various types of specifications. Drawing and specification form important parts of contract document. Okay, during writing, specification attempts should be made to express all the requirements of the work clearly and in concise form, avoiding repetition. So there is no repetition of any specifications. Specifications should be clear and concise. Okay, as far as possible, clauses of the specification should be arranged in the same order in which the work will be carried out. As far as possible, you write the specifications in the same sequence as you want to work. Okay, then the next point is the specifications are written in a language so that they indicate what the work should be, and words shall be or should be are used. Okay, this is a simple grammatical indication that the works include shall be and should be. Okay, then specification depends on the nature of the work the purpose for which the work is required, strength of the materials, availability of materials, quality of materials. Very simple. Specification depends upon the nature of the work, purpose of the work, and strength of materials, availability of materials, quality of materials, etc.